I've had to film this video so many times. I'm just sick. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of TikTok and the dangers that this app actually has on our younger generation. Not even our younger generation, just people in general. I really feel it's a danger to society. I really feel it's a danger to our men. Now, why is this? The nature of TikTok is just so unbelievably addictive. Now, if you've already seen, or maybe you haven't seen, there's a video that Hamza did going back about a month ago on the dangers of TikTok. I'll put a description on the link below so you can watch it, and you can watch it to its entirety. Essentially, TikTok has been created in China. Now, China have their own version of TikTok as a filtered version. So what they can see is very, very filtered. So they won't expose you to everything. However, for the rest of the world, including the UK and all the other countries out there, they're getting an unfiltered version. Now, what does that mean? That means that creators can actually put whatever content that they want on there. And it's to the point where women, not just women, but men as well, are putting very revealing videos of themselves out there. Now, what does that do? That then hooks the young or even the older audience or viewers on there. So essentially what they're doing is they're getting hooked. Now, what that does, it produces what's called a dopamine effect. Now, we all have this level of dopamine, whether we want to get a bar of chocolate or anything like that, okay? So dopamine actually is normal. However, what happens is when you're on an app like this, your dopamine receptors get hijacked. Now, when you're going for something like a chocolate, as I mentioned, there's this anticipation, isn't there, of wanting it, yeah? Now, what this device does is that it keeps your dopamine levels high, and you just want a constant hit of dopamine all the time. So you are literally glued onto this. Now, what does that mean? That means that I'm talking to men specifically here. When there are women that are literally twerking, right? Check this out. When they're women twerking and doing whatever it is, I hate to mention this sort of stuff, but it's got to be said. Of course, men, what do? They get aroused by this. So what the algorithm does, it then makes you want to see more of that, and more of that, and more of that. What that then does is then it gets you hooked. You want to, the intensity of your desire just increases. So what do? You go onto the internet, you look at porn, you look at things that match that level of desire that you want. So in doing that, what you're doing to yourself is that you're harming yourself spiritually. That means that when you go to act out or you relapse on watching these pornographic videos, which may well have stemmed from TikTok, you are then becoming desensitized. Now, what does it mean to be desensitized? Essentially, you have this thing in Arabic, we'll call it haya, which means shame, right? This level of shame is taken away. So you see more of this on video. Now, when you go out there in the streets, when you go out there in the town and you see women, you are now more aroused than ever because it started from something as simple as TikTok. The other problem, what does it do? It reduces your attention span. Because of the nature of TikTok and what it does, these videos are so short that you got the ability to just scroll up. Your attention span is reduced. So when it comes to actually watching videos like this or anything on the internet, you can't even bear watching a minute because the videos that you've been seeing all this other time have been so short. It's giving you that dopamine hit that you needed. What I worry about the most is our younger generation. Now, what you're doing is, because you're getting this instant gratification, yeah? You're getting everything so easily. Now, what's the effects of that? What's the effects of you getting this instant gratification? Well, essentially, you want everything so quickly. It reduces your patience. And we need patience in our lives because we're not going to get everything handed to us on a silver plate. We have to work for it. It's going to take time for us to essentially get what we want. But TikTok is a polar opposite of this. You can literally get everything that you need within an instant. And that is technology, my friend. Now, what really, really burns me is the fact that I haven't had TikTok in months. I decided after a long time that I want to start creating content. Now, as you probably may or may not be aware, TikTok and LinkedIn are probably the two ripe, if you like, or what's the word for it? Two social media outlets which have less noise, have less traffic, which means that you can get what you want out there and you can get your content to be seen more easily, right? As opposed to something like Facebook. Now, what that means for me is that I've had to download TikTok, and I did not want to download TikTok at all, if I'm being honest. But because of me having to get my content out there as a content creator, I've had to download it. All I wanted to do was just literally upload a video. Within uploading a video, something really disgusting just came up. And I'm like thinking, what the hell is this? What is our society coming to? This has such a knock-on effect to your level of motivation. You see, when you're watching something, you're glued to it, you're less likely to be motivated. If you're less likely to be motivated, you're not going to be able to be productive in society. You will not be able to go out there and reach your goals. And it just really annoys me. I've got 2 kids, one that's 4 years old and one that's 2 years old. 2 years old. They're really small at the moment. And I pray to God, and I'm going to be the example myself where I do not and I will not get hooked onto these apps at all. And at least my kids can see me that I practice what I preach. So I hope and I pray that they don't ever get hooked onto these little apps, because it doesn't help anyone. I only use TikTok as a creator, as a producer, not a consumer. And I really want to emphasize that. So if you ever question me as to why I'm on TikTok, it's because of that reason. I really want the best for you. I really want the best for you. Get rid of this app straight away. I'm telling you now, get rid of it. You do not need it. If you want to search for information, I would much prefer you getting YouTube. If you have an answer, if you want a problem to, or your answer to your problem rather, you can go onto YouTube and you can find that. You can go onto Google and you can find that. You don't need this app. This app will not do you any good whatsoever. So please do yourself a favor and just get rid of this app. It will do you and it'll do the world so much good. It'll improve your mental health. You won't need this level of instant gratification. And I just want you to do the best that you can and minimize these distractions, minimize these addictions. You don't need them. These apps need you, but you don't need them. You need to break yourself free from this. You need to break yourself free from this danger. You need to break yourself free from this addiction. Anyway, I've spoken a lot. And I hope this video has benefited you in some way, shape or form. If it has, great. Then please, as usual, like the video, put a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be releasing more content. Take care. I will speak to you soon.